Okay, so why is closing an interview important?
Okay, so closing is one of those things that's part of like interviewing 101, but it's important because not only does it help you get thoughts and reservations on your profile with the hiring manager, but also it helps demonstrate your sales ability as well, which is obviously integral in an IT sales position.
Yeah, and just if you think about it, like what a lot of people don't realise is that when a hiring manager is interviewing someone, what's always going on in their mind is how is this person going to look in front of my clients if I do take him on. So if you don't do something as simple or as important as closing as you would in any deal that you're involved with in your actual job, then they're just going to not have the confidence that you'll be able to follow sales processes efficiently.
So, can you give me some examples of when a candidate hasn't closed an interview and what the impact of that has been?
Yeah, so I've had one or two candidates in the past where they haven't closed an interview, and that feedback has been relayed straight back to us. It can be the make or break of receiving a job offer. So there's been cases where it's between two candidates, but one person's closed and one person hasn't, and based purely on that fact, that the candidate that didn't close lost out.
I remember one example that's particularly painful was I was working with a candidate on a great job for a software vendor. He'd gotten through the whole stages, all the stages up to the final interview. It was a presentation between himself, the candidate, the hiring manager, the hiring manager's boss, the head of sales, and someone from HR. Now, the candidate at the end of the presentation did not close because he just felt that going around all of them would just take too much time and would feel unnatural and feel weird and just wasn't appropriate. And the feedback was that they thought he was a great guy, but because he didn't show any ambition or drive or desire to get the job at the end by not closing, that they went with their second choice.
What's an example of a closing for an interview?
So closing doesn't have to be an aggressive tactic. You don't sort of have to go in all guns blazing. But for example, you can ask, how well do you think I've done in this process? Do you have any reservations on my profile? What's the next stages, and will it be likely that I'll be taken through to those? I think they're all good closing.
Yeah, that's definitely all good examples. I mean, you just need to think about what your close actually says. So even if you close saying what are the next steps, what's the feedback, how do you think it's gone, are there any reservations, even if the hiring manager is reluctant to give you that information, it doesn't matter. It's more about the willingness to close, and the fact that you have actually made an effort to do it speaks so many more words than what you've actually said.
So if anybody has any questions or any queries around what we've covered in this video, feel free to drop us either a message on LinkedIn or emails. Links are below.